It better be okay for everyone. Otherwise, we're in for a bit of a treat, aren't we? But yeah. Right. Ugly, do you want to let everyone in? You okay to go, guys?
Yeah.
Yep, good. Yeah, go on.
Okay. When I let them in.
Yeah, should we let them in?
Yeah, just let everyone in.
Good evening, everyone. It's lovely to see you. It's nice to see so many faces on a nice lockdown evening.
Everybody can feel free to say hi in the chat as well.
And feel free to turn your cameras on. Hopefully it'll be nice to see everyone's faces. You can all interact. I can see someone's having some dinner there. Looking absolutely lovely. Giving us a beautiful wave. Is everyone excited for this event? You can nod your head if you are. Yeah, we've got a few nods. Oh, got some big nods. Some claps and everything going on in the chat. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, feel free to socialize in the chat. I know it's quite hard to socialize. It's quite hard to speak, isn't it? But we'll give it just a couple minutes before we start, just to let everyone come on. And we've still got a few late additions jumping into the room. Andrew is going to switch on his camera after he's finished his dinner. Wonderful. Well, I wouldn't mind seeing you eat, but that's okay if you're uncomfortable.
Just for anyone wondering, if you want to communicate in the chat, you should find a button on the bottom of your Zoom tab that you'll be able to open it up and have a chat with everybody if you want to.
Do you think we're ready to start, Joe?
I'm ready when you're ready, Sean.
Right, well, let's go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Battle of the Acoustics final. It is absolutely wonderful to have you here, and boy, are we in for a treat. I was sitting in the sound check, and I was blown away by the quality of songs and music, and just I think it's going to be one to watch. But we're not here to see who's winning, and although it is a competition, that's not why we're here. And we're here for a really big, important thing, and it's mental health. It's looking to make sure that we're all a bit more aware of what mental health is. It's something that we've all got, something that goes up and down, and hopefully today you'll be a bit more aware of mental health, and you'll understand a bit more about the Be Free campaign, and enjoy a bit of music too. So whatever your age, young or old, hopefully you'll find today really enjoyable, and a place where you can just have a nice evening. Listen to some music, hear about a few stories of songwriting and mental health, and hopefully it should be a fun night. So behind the Be Free campaign, the Be Free campaign is a mental health charity that works to give all people, the tools they need to look after their mental health. Okay, and we want everyone to really go on to positively impact each other and the well-being of those around them. So we work locally in the Northwest and the Midlands, doing sessions with children and young adults as well, giving them, again, those tools. So making sure they understand what mental health is, give them some coping strategies to work on their mental health, and also help them know where to go in times of need. And we're working nationally, improving access to health services and bringing attention to mental health. So we've got a lot of different people here from all walks of the country, some from down south, some from up north, and some just hanging around in the middle. It's absolutely wonderful. And we're your hosts. So Joe Oxspring is an amazing audio production expert with years of experience. He's done live sound for some great people as well, including George Ezra, haven't you?
So you do flatter me.
You do. I do flatter you. But yeah, you are one of those experts now. Shame to hear everyone call you that now. It's too lucky. I wish I was an expert at something.
You will
But
be
yeah,
someday.
Joe is an absolutely wonderful music expert, and so he's here to really give some musical expertise for the show today. Because if you leave it with me, it's not the best thing to do, is it? You know, my thoughts aren't the best.
You are the musician, though, so I guess that it's just as important that you give your input as well.
Do you not want to introduce me? Okay, that's fine.
Now you go ahead, you introduce yourself. I feel like I'd just undersell you after that. Jeez.
No. Well, I run the Be Free campaign. So I'm a medical student up in Liverpool. And I also do a bit of music on the side. So I do a bit of acoustic music, and I'm also in an indie band. So I do have a bit of a medical and musical upbringing. But yeah, so we're all here to do the same thing: raise awareness of mental health, and hopefully you really enjoy it. Make sure you get in the chat and have a chat with everyone. See how everyone's doing. Just ask them, are you okay today? And maybe you can make some new friends in the chat. You never know, and it's never too late.
And you've got to cheer on your favourite acts as well.
Definitely. So, how do we support musicians at this time? It's really weird, isn't it, Joe? Because it's so hard. It's so hard to earn money, to grow as a musician, and to really sort of share your work. So how would you say is the best way to support musicians at this time?
Well, I don't think that the music industry has ever been in this sort of a position before. I don't think that, this sort of thing has ever happened, and people are really lost without the connection to the fans, which is normally what they what they thrive off. And for a lot of people, it's not just a job or a way to make money. A lot of the time, a lot of people will actually use it as an outlet to express themselves. So of course you should be supporting your favourite artists in any way that you can. You don't have to be spending money, even just by being here. You're supporting your friends, maybe your relatives that are taking part in the competition. And, even just down to listening to music on streaming services and sharing songs with your friends and family that they might like, really actually does have a large impact because, with the way that social media and the integration of music into social media is going these days, all of these connections that you make drastically increases the number of listeners that the artists have, and then therefore can increase their livelihood and progress through the industry.
Definitely. And so for all the musicians today, it'd be really good if you can get into the Instagram onto Facebook and just share their work, because they're all doing some great music, and I'm not even going to say much more about them because you can judge for yourselves. So yeah, are you ready? But before we start, I've got to ruin the tension in the room. I can see everyone's sort of excited to hear the first act, but I'm going to share with you a quick video. there's one thing you can take away from today, it's really just talking about mental health. It's okay not to be okay, and it'll be really good if you can just get some help. Have a little chat with your GP, speak to the Samaritans on 116 123, or just have a little chat with one of your friends, and hopefully you can help someone in need. So let's get to the music. Who we've got
Cut
first?
to the good stuff.
Cut to the good stuff. Oh, okay. I see how it is. But we've got the absolutely wonderful Alan Thompson. Alan, do you wanna quickly say hi and give us a little chat?
Yeah, I'm just unmuting myself. Am I off mute now?
Yeah, perfect. I think I can hear you.
There we are. Great. How are we? Glad to see so many people could join us tonight.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a great amount of people turned up, which is great to see. Alan, tell us a bit more about yourself. Where are you from, and what has music done for you?
I'm from North Wales, born and bred in Denbigh. And I've always played guitar since I was about 15 or so, and sort of dabbled with songwriting on and off. Go through phases of being into it and then not so into it. And the last few years I've been really into it again. And
Amazing.
I just turned 50, and I entered a national competition called Talent is Timeless. And there's a lot of discussion in the Facebook group there, and quite a few people are asking, why do you write songs? What does songwriting do for you? And one of the most popular answers was, it's cheaper than therapy.
That's an amazing
It's very
response.
therapeutic, isn't it?
Definitely, I would completely agree. Music is a great way to express your emotions. I found it really helpful in times of need, and it's really good for your well-being, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Alan, is there anybody that you would compare yourself to, or is there anybody that you get your inspiration from? What sort of stuff can we expect from your performance?
Well, I'm doing sort of like a finger-picky number tonight, which isn't reflective of my main influence. Probably is Ryan Adams and the Grateful Dead and stuff like that. And that's the
Great.
kind of music I really like listening to. But I don't know if you'll hear any of that in the song I'm going to do tonight. I don't know. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't.
Well,
That's what I like listening to.
let's not tease anyone much longer. Here is Alan Thompson.
Great. Thank you. This is a song called "Could It Be Love." I can remember the places I've been, from mountains to oceans and all in between. And I can recall if I ever found myself in the sweetness that surrounds, blown on a breeze out on the open sea, drifting to memories of you and me. And I close my eyes. You came to me and you hypnotized. Could it be love? Feeling like I never felt this before, love. You know that you saved me. I'm safe in my skin. Baby, I can't say where you end and I begin. And I know that I miss you when you're not around. When I get a little too high, I can count on you to talk me down. We're running free under an open sky, free like a hurricane, just you and I. So close your eyes. We're close enough now to feel the light. Could it be love? Feeling like I never felt this before, love. Could it be love? like a lover all through the night, turning like the windmills in my mind. You're the only one to make me feel fine. Could it be love? Could it be love? Could it be love? Could it be love? Thank you so much.
I know it's really hard online, isn't it? You don't get the big reception of applause, but trust me, I think everyone is applauding, and I can see loads of people clapping their hands and showing their appreciation. This is Alan
Lovely,
Thompson.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
So, Alan, if
Hope you
you've got
like
any
that.
social media accounts or any music that you'd like to plug, feel free to drop it in the chat afterwards, so that everybody can go and find you and check your stuff out.
Thank you so much. I'll do that. Thanks for listening, guys. Hope you enjoyed the song.
Thanks very much.
So what have we got next, Joe? What have we got next?
Up next, we have got Amy.
Amy K. Hello, Amy. It's nice to see you.
Hi, hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
No, thank you so much for coming along. So tell us a bit more about you. Where are you from? And tell us a bit more about your music as well.
So I'm from, originally my family lived near Bath, so way down south. But I'm currently based in Liverpool. I was at the Uni of Liverpool, but now I just work here and live here. Yeah, I mean, my music is I'm just a singer-songwriter. That question's really thrown me. I've really lost all my social interaction skills over lockdown. I've just realised. No, I've always loved poetry. I've always loved books. So I'm a big fan of lyrics, and then I just started putting them to music. It's a good way to kind of process what's going on around you. And yeah, it's that cheap form of therapy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't really understand how I feel, so I'm going to write about it instead.
So, how long have you been doing it for?
I think I wrote my first song when I was about 14, 15. So
Pretty long time then.
Yeah, yeah. I guess nearly like 7, 8 years now. I was a street busker in Bath, and kind of started from there. I mean, I was in like every choir that you could be in school, so it was kind of it feels like a natural progression. Like, yeah, the street busker, and then they let you inside into some venues.
Amazing. And so, what's today's song going to be about?
This song is called Pink Skies, and it was written a few months ago, and it was that kind of sense, that overwhelming sense that we've had for the last year of you turn on any screen and there's so much information thrown at you. And for the first lockdown, I'm actually the second lockdown, I was at home, and like we live in the countryside, and we just had these most amazing, beautiful sunsets all summer long. And when we were in the third lockdown, I was like, I just kind of want to be at home where it was safe and I was fine, and I could just turn off the news, and I was in the countryside and just in a safe place, sort of thing. So that's kind of where this song came from. It's like capturing that moment of like something like a perfect sunset or things like that.
Amazing. Pink Skies. Well, this is Amy K. Thank you so much. Take us away.
Thanks. I feel of guilt, can't tell from now, right from wrong. I feel of balance, I don't know what I want, where to go. I've been filling my head with silence. I've been swimming against the tides of the sea.
roots of mud. My petals have all been ripped off. My roots have been laid bare. I've been turning my gaze within, making sense of all the things thought I knew. So can we hide under pink sky where the air smells like bonfire? Hands on cold, I don't wanna think tonight. It feels like home under pink sky. It feels like home under pink sky. I'm a spinning top, spinning round and round. Close to the edge, forever falling down. A hazy pink lingers in my eyes. Memories of life passing by. Can we hide under pink skies where the air smells like bonfires? My hands are cold, I don't wanna think tonight. It feels like home under pink skies. It feels like home under pink skies. Feels like home under pink skies.
Wow, Amy. Wow.
Thank you.
The control, the tone, everything. Absolutely phenomenal. I know everyone's sort of clapping away. And the people in the chat are shouting out as well. You know, it's absolutely wonderful. Lovely Amy. This is amazing. Lovely song, Amy. Beautiful Amy. everything going on in the chat. Well, it's absolutely wonderful. Joe, what did you think?
Yeah, that was absolutely great. That was really good songwriting as well. Super nice flow to it and structure and stuff like that.
Thank you
Felt-
so much.
Felt like I wanted it to go on for a bit longer, didn't you?
Definitely. And I think next time I sort of see a pink sky, this is exactly what I'll be thinking of.
Oh,
So everyone, go
that's it.
check out Amy Kay on Instagram. So if you go to Campaign Be Free, go to our latest post. She'll be on there as well, tagged on there. Go check out her music and keep supporting her. We've got some amazing stuff in the chat going on. So thank you so much for all the support you've given Amy. Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
So Joe, what do we have next? We've got I think we've got someone who was meant to be here but couldn't unfortunately turn up. Something happened, I think, which I'll explain in the video. But that's okay. It's okay. We're only second best, Joe. It's okay.
Rightly so. Priorities.
Priorities, yeah. We understand. People have priorities. We're not wanted anymore.
So who's up next, Shan? Who
So
we
we've got
got?
Greta Lavisa, which is amazing. I think it's a wonderful name. And so she sent in a video of her today, which should be amazing to watch. But before you do that, go check out the chat and find a donation link alongside our charity website, befreecampaign.org. Shameful plug. But that's where you can learn more about mental health, learn more about how you can help support your communities with mental health work. Okay, and if you do work for a school or community organization or work for anywhere which could do from some support from a mental health charity, we'd love to support you. So go to our website, fill in the contact form, and we'll get back in touch with you and we can arrange some work with your organization. But if you're just a general person who wants to help and spread the word, anything will do, whether it be a donation, whether it be just a share on Instagram, any help is really appreciated.
And
So-
don't worry if you're concerned about where any donations or anything like that would be going, because you're gonna cover that in a bit, aren't you, Sham? Where people's hard-earned money would be going if they did choose to donate as much or as little as they wish.
So without further ado, let's have a little look at Greta's video.
Hello, my name is Greta Louisa. I am a singer from London and I'm 21 years old. I can't be there tonight because I'm meeting my new producer in Liverpool. Yay. And I'm going to perform for you my new song Woman that I am releasing in a few months. And yes, I hope you like it. I was once a girl, soft and youthful. Come give me a twirl, they said your image is crucial. I was once a girl seeking approval in a man's world, making myself useful. I laugh when I think about that they try to push us women down, so to blow the flame inside us out. But the fire is just starting now. I'm a woman, one in a million, don't need your opinion, a woman. Broken on heels, face my fears, a woman. Loving and trusting, I still owe you nothing, a woman. This way to become, yeah. I was once a girl too free to let go, share all my thoughts and speak my own voice, but no. I see how I love when we think about how they try to push us women down, no, thought to blow the flame inside us out. But the fire is just starting now. I'm a woman, one in a million, don't need your opinion, a woman. Broken and healed, face my fears, a woman. Loving and trusting, I still owe you nothing, a woman. This way to become, yeah. I'm a woman, one in a million, don't need your opinion, a woman. Broken and healed, face my fears, a woman. Loving and trusting, I still owe you nothing, a woman. This way to become, yeah. La 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 la. I'm a woman, da 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 da. I'm a woman, a woman. I love when I think about how they try to push us women down, no, to blow the flame inside us out. But the fire is just starting now. I'm a woman.
Yeah, let's show some appreciation. Fortunately, she can't be here. As we heard, she's meeting a new producer. That is very exciting.
How exciting!
Very, very exciting. I wish I had a new producer. Joe, fancy it?
Depends if you got the cash, mate.
Oh no, I can never afford you. I can never. But she does talk about something really important, and it's been in the media a lot recently, especially in the last week, and it's the danger that a lot of women face. And we've heard about a lot of the Not All Men movement, and it's really true that people can really be afraid when walking alone. Okay, and there are certain ways you can support them, and there's certain websites you can look at, like the government website, which gives guidance now on how to best stay safe. It's a really, really horrible world we live in, and so it's really important that we support people around us. And so if you are having any difficulty at all, please seek out help. And stay protected.
There are apps and services that you can have access to now as well, where if if you're traveling alone and you feel unsafe, you can send out distress messages and stuff to certain contacts that you can predefine. So that if you feel unsafe at any point, it's worth looking into that sort of stuff as well.
Definitely. So mental health is so important. Okay, and so make sure you look after people's mental health. And so look after each other. Have a little text with someone you haven't spoken to in a while. Okay, check up on how they're doing. If that's one thing you do from today, it's just check up on someone and see how they're doing. So without further ado, we'll move on to our next act. We're getting through them quite quickly. I don't know, pretty quickly. The last event we did, the Battle of the Bands, we thought it would take around an hour and a half. Ended up, I swear, nearly 3 hours later. We're there, just still on the Zoom call. And everyone's there just having their dinner. And I'm like, oh.
People didn't want it to end either. People were refusing to leave afterwards.
Yeah, it had to kick people out. I wonder if everyone's as hard this time, but we'll see as we go along. So next up, we've got Simon Williams. So Simon Williams, can we get you unmuted? Thanks, team.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, man. Thank you. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. So tell us a bit more about yourself. Where are you from, and what do you do?
I'm from planet Earth. At least that's what they tell me. No, I'm from not ordinarily I'd be in Liverpool at the moment, but I'm staying in Norfolk while lockdown is happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, from planet Earth. Yeah, we're all from planet Earth, aren't we? Well, sometimes I do wonder if I am, but
I'm not.
but definitely, it's great to hear you from. So what sort of music do you play?
I guess like folk singer-songwriter kind of stuff.
Mm.
Like I really like Elliott Smith and Jessica Lee Mayfield, Bob Dylan.
Amazing, amazing.
What would you say, Simon, is the largest influence in your life that impacts what you write your songs about, what your lyrics are based around? What sort of stuff do you use as a muse to let your creativity out?
I guess anything that affects me emotionally. If I read something and I guess I could read something or have an experience or stories of people I know or things that have happened to me or things that I think or things that have never happened to anyone and things that don't exist.
So would you say that it's very like personal to you, like it's more so about your personal experiences and stuff like that than observational?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Amazing. So take us away. We would love to hear your track.
Thank you. I'm trying to work out how to get the harmonica on.
Yeah.
So what's this song called, Simon?
Hunting Moon.
Hunting Moon, a wonderful name.
May these bridges burn to light the way from where I am to where you stay. May the summer sky send the stars to where you shine in the dark, where the willow weeps and the forest looms. You're a bird of prey, but I'm the hunting moon. May you be found where you belong. May our love stay forever strong. May this winter's night bring sweet relief as we lay down peacefully, where the willow weeps and the forest looms. You're a bird of prey, I'm the hunting moon. where the shadows creep and the flowers bloom. Your bird of prey I'm hunting. Thank you.
Simon, that was absolutely marvelous.
Oh, thank
Got some
you.
great applause going on. Everyone's showing their love. Yeah, absolutely wonderful.
I love the vibrato in your voice, Simon. That was awesome.
Thanks so much, man. It's
Yeah,
been
the
really nice
tone
listening
is,
to
the tone is wonderful. I can listen to that all day.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much. That's been Simon Williams. Amazing to hear.
Again, if you'd like to leave links to any of your sort of, social platforms, or if there's any music on any streaming networks that you'd like to share, feel free to post it in the chat, and I'm sure everybody will go and check it out.
Sure thing. Yeah, if you just type in Neverst, you'll find me.
I guess what happened to me just now. I was on mute again. I think this happens every single time, and I can never stop it. I'm 20 years old and still don't know how to use Zoom, and it is shameful. I know.
You say 20 as though it's supposed to be old or something.
No, it's meant to be young. That's what I meant. I was like, oh, I'm young. Although I feel quite old, but then I'm sure some people will say they're quite old as well. But that's how it is. So next up, we've got a wonderful little chat well, actually, I won't say too much about it because I think it's quite special to hear from the man himself. So we've got Richard with us today. Richard, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly. How are you doing?
I'm good, enjoying the night. Yeah.
Amazing. So tell us a bit about you and why you're here. I think it was great, and when we were doing our last round, it was wonderful to hear about you. So tell everyone what you've been doing over lockdown for the past year.
Okay, so I sent a little video in to you guys from a group that have been meeting up on Zoom over lockdown. We're a group called the Strumbrellas, and we're based in Liverpool. And the Strumbrellas came out of a service that I'm involved with. It's a mental health service in Liverpool that use lots of creative group work sessions as kind of their core way of exploring mental health. They do a range of courses understanding anxiety, mood, and things like that. So you get to meet people in a group setting that you can sort of relate to, and it's a great staff team. And I've actually been part of that service for 15 years. So some of the people who I've gotten to know become friends and the like. So about 4 years ago, one of the staff tried to introduce a music edge to it, and he started running a little 6-week introductory course to ukulele, which I don't know if any of you have tried it. It's a really it's kind of the instrument for kind of accessing music, and so I had a go at my first string instrument, which was the ukulele, and really enjoyed it. Enjoyed learning so much about it. It's a good, like I say, you can learn a lot about music. So after the 6-week course, there was some discussions about people wanting to continue it, and so in sort of meeting up as a kind of just a group of interested people, we started jamming together and the like, and doing a couple of gigs, just for our peers, little friendly kind of gigs where people got a chance to be on the stage for the first time. Yeah. So that was the background, and people were really enjoying it. And I suppose I'd in those years I'd sort of become a volunteer within the organisation. So I'd sort of had some training. So I offered to co-run the group. And it was great, really enjoyed it. We had a nice vibe going. There's maybe about 7, 8, 9, 10 of us coming along on a regular basis, playing, you know, usual Johnny Cash, Jambalaya, the kind of standard 3-chord kind of songs that that kind of an audience likes. Yeah. And then lockdown. All the lockdown happened. So I thought, oh, well, that's something else after, because give a miss, like the rest of us, trying to adjust. So one of the guy who set the initial program up stepped in and suggested we could try and run it over Zoom, which I'd never even heard of. I don't think anyone had really, had they, at that time. So I got a little crash course in Zoom, and then we sort of put it out to the regulars with the ukulele group to sort of come along and join us. Some people didn't make it, sadly, so we haven't seen some people for a year. But we've had a few people join it on Zoom, so there's some people I've never even met in person before come and join us. So we tried it on Zoom. I was working with the staff member Paddy, and we were trying to work out a way to keep it interesting. And a lot of the time we just chatted, and it was a great way of kind of helping with the isolation anyway. And the group kind of shifted focus from trying to play together and jam, is to sort of come up with a tune. And it turned out one of the guys in the group, who was quite new to the group, he'd done a bit of songwriting before, and he'd been in bands back in the day. So he kind of led on this. So he stepped out from kind of the group, if you like, and sort of put a framework for a song for which is the song I'm going to play for today. So it's called the Lockdown Blues. So he came up with a chorus and a kind of a hook that hopefully by the end of it you'll all be singing along with. And the rest of the group were given the chance to come up with lyrics to kind of reflect some of the stuff that lockdown meant to them, So another really good thing that the organisation did as well is they set up as well as doing the Zooms and that, they also set up a website where we can put our various content that's going on these various Zooms that they organise and that to sort of share with the general public. So it's out there, it's called Upbeat Liverpool.
It's on the slide if anyone can see it. It's Upbeat Liverpool, and it's an amazing charities in the PSS. And
PSS,
so,
yeah.
And how do you think mental health? How do you think music has sort of helped your mental health in that sense? Has it sort of kept you all together and sort of writing different? Was that the only track you've written? Have you written more? Or are you still writing some new ones?
That was the first one. We did it when like I say, we're all learning as we go. But what's been really good is that people have been able to inspire each other just to get over some of the challenges of technology. Like most of the recording I sent in has been done just on people's mobile phones. Nobody's got any clever kit or anything. But there's a couple of us who are a little bit more experienced, so we managed to mix it on a free online thing. But there's been lots of trying to get it sending emails and things like that. So it's been a really good focus for people. People contributed their artwork as well and photographs and that. So we worked on the song that was kind of led with one person. The words, we all kind of took it in turns. So I think everybody in the group got a chance to come up with some words for it. Performance, people had never sung solo before, but everyone had to hear themselves recorded solo, hear the playing solo. So from start to finish, this song that it took about 4 months to get. So you can imagine when it arrived and we actually sort of finished it and put it out there on the Upbeat blog, there was a real sense of achievement from all of us. And a what next? Really, like a what next? Oh, this is great. We were all kind of part of the business, the music business by then. And so we put our Christmas single, and we managed to do that in about 10 weeks. So you can see how much more focused we are. And that's another little same format. And we're now working on a springtime one called The Umbrella of Hope. So that one hopefully will be done by springtime. I'm not putting a date on it.
Yeah. That's wonderful. So give us a bit of a give us your track. let's hear it. I'm really excited for this.
So this is the Lockdown Blues. Ukulele in hand, of course. I keep playing my ukulele, working on my routine daily. I'm waiting for the news to take me out those lockdown blues. Play some songs at a place called Zuma Boom Boom. Don't get the lockdown blues. That's the riff you gotta learn, sing along with them. Toilet paper, scarce for a while. My neighbor gave me some, she had a pile. She gave me hope, together we can cope. Don't get the lockdown blues. Play some songs at a place called Zuma Boom Boom. Don't get the lockdown blues. People told to wear a mask. Shelves are empty, it's a task. Keep up your spirits and drink one too. Don't get the lockdown blues. Play a song at a place called Zuma Boom Boom. Don't get the lockdown blues. You keep on insisting, gotta keep my social distance. I've got some aggravation, all because of isolation. Play some songs at a place called Zuma Boom Boom. Don't get the lockdown blues. Been playing the lockdown blues, waiting for some unlocked news. Taking their advice and do something nice. Don't get the lockdown blues. Play some songs at a place called Zuma Boom Boom. Don't get the lockdown blues. To meet a bubble, stalk the ground. Inside them humans, shopping bound. To best would be their right to lose. Don't get the lockdown blues. Play some songs at a place called Zuma Boom Boom. The lockdown blues. Test, test, test for that pest, pest, pest. Don't let it rust in the rust, dust, dust. You keep on insisting, only 6 feet permit me. Can't wait to hold and kiss you. Don't get the lockdown blues. Play some songs at a place called Zuma Boom Boom. Don't get the lockdown blues. Breaking free from isolation, need to get some inspiration. Strumming tunes will get me through. Gotta beat those lockdown blues. Play some songs at a place called Zuma Boom Boom. Don't get the lockdown blues. Don't get the lockdown blues.
Oh, it's amazing, Richard, and it's great to see, how much it's helped you, and the fact that you went from like not even picking up the ukulele to playing it so well, and actually creating music. I for one know how hard it is to actually like learn an instrument, but then also create music and create a song, create lyrics, create the whole structure for something. And so it's great to see the work you and your other sort of friends and family sort of doing. Have you got anyone here with you today?
Well, I think Corinne Jones, I've spotted her in the
Hello.
If you could give Corinne I'm sure she'd have a little something to say.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. And at the moment, we're just starting a songwriting course. This is our new venture. We've got teachers coming and tutors coming, so we're doing that. But we're trying to get more people in because I've had mental health issues for quite some time, for years, and I think it'd be lovely if we could get younger people to realise there is help out there and they can get help and that there's assistance. I mean, the PSS is a great place to go to, really is. It's fantastic. But as Richard said, we've all been enjoying it. It's kept us going, to be honest, kept us communicated and engaged and everything. So, but have a look at the site. I've put the site on as well in the chat, and there's all sorts of meditations, there's all sorts of courses, there's open mic, there's all sorts of stuff going on that people could take part in. So
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. And it's
Lovely. So if you want to share that link again, make sure everybody sees it, and then they'll know where to go if they want to get involved.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Richard, PSS and co. Thank you so much. So next up, we've got Michael Lee Ryan. Do you prefer to be called Mike Lee Ryan or Michael Lee Ryan? I don't know, you've got everything, haven't you?
It depends who's asking, really. If I'm in trouble, it's my mum. It's the worst, Michael. But on Instagram, I'm Mike Ryan. So
I suppose we're your friends, aren't we? So we can call you Mike.
yeah, but I'll answer to anything anyway. So as long as it's nice.
Amazing. So tell us where you're from and what you do for a living.
I'm on Wirral. I'm a teacher and a songwriter in my spare time.
What do you teach?
I'm in a prep school, which is primary age. So 9, 10, 11-year-olds. Keeps me busy.
Amazing, yeah. I'm sure they'll be sort of running you wild, but I think it's great to see sort of development as well at that age, because children sort of grow up so quickly nowadays. So what do you see their understanding of mental health to be, like young kids in your?
Well, it's something that this year more than ever, for obvious reasons, it's been so important that we've had the opportunity to talk to them and be there for them in every capacity. And in their own time as well. It's important not to push too much because some children don't want to talk straight away, and they need a bit of time to kind of come around to it. But PSHE has been a challenge this year, and I think it will continue to be. But as long as we keep talking, I think that's the key thing: communication, and knowing that the children know who they can go to. And very lucky in our school, we've got a good set of staff that are there for every need, really. So it's
obviously it's going to have been a really rough year for you, with all the added stuff that you have to deal with on top of what you usually have to deal with. Have you found you've been leaning a lot more on music in this kind of time frame to help let yourself be a bit more relaxed?
Yeah, definitely. I had a bit of a break from it for a number of years. Started the family, and being dad takes up all your spare time anyway. And then when this happened, if I hadn't started songwriting again, I think I would have lost my mind completely. I think I'd have really struggled. But it gave me a bit of an outlet and a bit of me time, which was sounds a bit selfish, but I needed that time every now and again to go off for half an hour or an hour and just kind of try and make sense of it myself, what was happening in the world. And the songs I wrote during that time definitely helped me come through that. And I think made me easier to be around at home as well. So.
But you call it, but you call it selfish. But it's like going back to the airplanes. You put your own oxygen mask on first. If as long as you're sort of feeling the best you can be, that's when you can help people the most. So I wouldn't consider it selfish, but definitely sort of hearing stories really good. Joe, what were you saying? I think I cut you off, didn't I?
Yeah, you did, you rude boy. Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, that's awesome. And but what's the name of the track you're going to be performing for us tonight?
It's called "I'm With You."
Fantastic.
We're all here with you, so let's hear this.
Yeah, go for it.
And the rain came again. I'm not saying you're the one to blame. And the rain came again. I'm not saying that I'm not to blame. and the rain came again. I'm not saying you're the one to blame. And the rain came again. I'm not saying that I'm not to blame. I will wait here for you, make every star shine for you. Know that I will wait for you, make every star shine for you. Know that know that
Oh my gosh. What is the competition of today? I think I've got to leave, Joe. I can't do this. I just can't do this much longer. I'm tearing up. The rawness, the tone. That was
Yeah,
just
that felt like it came from somewhere really deep and somewhere really kind of
wow. That was really
important to you. Like it felt really important. So thanks for
Thank
sharing
you.
that with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just don't feel worthy watching that. That's really good. And yeah, regardless of whatever this competition is today, I think every single one of you has done just amazingly and has given everyone something to really just help them during this time. Music is something that connects us all. It's something that really we can relate to. It's something that we can just relax to. And everyone here supporting the Be Free campaign today has been doing exactly that, giving everyone a bit of an outlet to just listen to some music, just relax and actually just let themselves go for a bit, because I think that's been quite hard just to forget about things during this lockdown and well, I say lockdown like it's only 3 weeks. It's been a year of pretty much us being indoors. And so the fact that we can come together, albeit over Zoom, and actually connect with each other is phenomenal, and you were absolutely wonderful. Thank
So,
you
Mike, have you got any music recorded that you'd like to point people towards? Is there anything on Spotify or?
Yeah, I've got I released an album in January, which that song's on. That's on Spotify and other places. But the best place to go to is probably my Instagram account, because there's links to everything on there. So it's mike.ryan.music.
Fantastic.
I'll
When you've
throw
got
it in the chat.
yeah, I was going to say when you've got a spare second, just chuck it in the chat, and I'm sure people will go over and follow you.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Go hit up our charity Insta, and if you go to the latest post, everyone who's got Instagram from today will be on there. So hit them all up, and I think it's amazing to hear all their music. And I will be going and listening to each one of you. You'll all be on my playlist, because I cannot get you out of my mind. So
Everybody's challenge after this is to go and leave a nice comment on everybody on all the performers' profiles, and tell them how great they are.
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
So next up, we've got who have we got? I keep forgetting now. I'm getting old, aren't I? I'm getting old. We've got Ellen Sandales. Now for a long while, I kept calling it Sandales. I don't know why, but it is Ellen Sandales. Am I right?
Yeah,
I hope I'm right. Yeah. So firstly, let's start off with your age. How old are you?
I'm 15.
15. This will come into play a tiny bit later, because once you hear her sing, she does not sound 15. But yeah, Ellen, tell us a bit more about you. Where are you from? What year are you in school?
I'm from Liverpool and I'm in year 11 in school.
Year 11. Oh, so the GCSE year. Oh, it's a bit tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
knows what's going on.
No.
So has music been helping you and your mental health during these sort of last year and maybe-
Yeah, it's like I think music's always been sort of like kind of an escapism type thing, and especially like now it's even more so.
Yeah, definitely. And so I know you've got your parents here today, and I'm sure they're supporting you a lot. And music must be really powerful for you. And so, do you write a lot of music, or do you mainly sing covers?
I mainly do covers, but I am starting to do some writing. Yeah.
Amazing, yeah. And so, what are you going to be singing today?
I'm gonna be singing "Skinny Love" by Bon Iver.
And then Birdie did a wonderful cover of
Yeah,
that, didn't she?
yeah.
That absolutely blew up. So I'm really looking forward to that. Maybe you could be the new Birdie, because Birdie was very famous, very young. Joe, what do you think
Yeah.
of
Oh, sorry, I was on mute there. I'd like to ask Ellen, have you found that coming up through school and stuff, have you found that it's been a good way to like help perhaps vent some frustrations and stuff in a positive way as opposed to in a negative way? Has it helped at all with stuff like that?
Yeah, I feel like music's always sort of like something that you can put all your emotions into and not like into other things, if you get me.
Yeah, did you study music at school, or have you done it
Yeah,
all
yeah.
on your own?
No, I do it in school, yeah.
Fantastic. So if you want to take it away when you're ready.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on, skinny love, just last a year. Pour a little salt we will never hear. Mama, my, mama, my, mama, my. Staring at the sink of blood and crushed veneer. I tell my love to wreck it all. Cut out all the ropes and let me fall. Mama, my, mama, my. Right in the moment, this order's torn. And I told you to be patient, and I told you to be fine, and I told you to be balanced, and I told you to be kind. And in the morning I'll be with you, but it will be a different kind. 'Cause I'll be holding all the tickets, you'll be owning all the fines. Come on, skinny love, what happened here? Suckle on the hoping like braziers. Mama, my, mama, my. Sun and load is full, so slow on the split. And I told you to be patient, and I told you to be fine, and I told you to be balanced, and I told you to be kind. And now all your love is wasted, and who the hell was I? 'Cause now I'm breaking at the bridges, at the end of all your lines. Who will love you? Who will fight? And who will fall far behind? Come on, skinny love. Ooh, skinny love. Mama, my, mama, my, my, my. Mama, my, mama, my,
when I was 15, I could barely walk.
Wow.
That was just phenomenal. I was just
Thank you.
wow. And we've had so much love from the chat as well. Thank you for cover, Ellen. Ellen sounded great, lovely, Ellen, lovely. Wow, Ellen, amazing. You were absolutely phenomenal. Wow.
That was such a
Oh.
mature and tasteful choice of song. Would quite unexpected for somebody that's 15 to kind of be into that sort of stuff. Have you found that you've kind of have your parents had any sort of impact in what sort of stuff you like to listen to and your taste, or do you think that you're just a bit of an old soul and you know?
They do a little bit, but I think I am sort of more like into the older music than like most kids my age are today.
Yeah, definitely agree. I'm sure that you've got a long and successful venture in front of you, because that was absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
But same for everybody, if you've got any social media platforms or anything you'd like to share, feel free to drop it in the chat. And I think that there's a long list of people here that have been leaving you a nice comment that would happily go and support you. So if you'd like to just do that when you've got a spare minute as well.
Oh well, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ellen. I think after every single one of these, it's getting harder and harder. And everyone's just amazed me, and it's all just puts into perspective how effective music is for everyone.
It all puts into perspective how untalented I am compared to everybody else.
But I think the amount of talent and the amount of just the sheer songwriting ability, the tone of everyone's voices, it's just been so wonderful to hear. And it's not like it's just one type of music either. No one sounds alike. Every single one of these acts has sounded different and unique in their own way, and that's been just wonderful to hear. But we've got to bear in mind why we're here, and what we're really doing here, and it's that elephant in the room, isn't it, Joe? The elephant in the room.
So Shan, you've left a couple of times. Your lovely people that have been helping out today have been leaving a few links in the chat to the Be Free campaign, and there's also been a link to a place where the lovely people sat watching at home can go and donate some money. If people are donating money, Shan, what sort of stuff would that be going towards? How would that be helping the charity, and how would that be helping society as a whole?
Definitely. And I think that's a really good question, because that's something everyone really wants to know. And so a lot of our work is with young children. And we have a team of over 150, 200 volunteers who work with us to deliver workshops and mental health teaching to young children. And so what we try and do is we give young people, tools on well-being, tools on mental health, and also giving them a bit of awareness teaching on what mental health is and what to do in times of crisis. And so really all of the funds that we raise go towards our infrastructure, towards our volunteers, and making sure that they're DBS check, trained effectively. And then it also goes on to the other work we do. We've launched recently this new mental health ambassador program, which is basically going to take children from all walks of life, all parts of the country, and we'll basically get them doing some work on mental health. There'll be grants up for grabs. They'll be working with the schools and ourselves to deliver initiatives. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to make change makers, make young people want to deliver change and impact their community. We also work with celebrities and influencers promoting positive mental health, because it's all good me sitting at home with my very small following saying, oh yes, mental health, great, we need to talk about it. But we need to get more people involved. And so we work with mental health sort of activists and people who want to share the word. And so we work with them on getting the right content out there. We had our clinical lead on the call a bit earlier, Dr. Kieran Griffin, who works to basically monitor all of our work and make sure it's in line with NHS guidelines. And so what we're trying to do is we're really trying to work at children's mental health, but also mental health in general. A new area that we're targeting is older people. I am currently a medical student, and I was in hospital this week on the elderly ward, and so I saw a lot of patients who are 88, 90, and they're struggling right now. COVID has caused a lot of grief, caused a lot of issues with mental health, a lot of isolation, and old people in particular were already isolated before the pandemic. And COVID has made it so much worse. The carers that used to come every day are now suddenly stopped. The support charities that have tried to help them, like Age UK, have stopped. And so we really need to support the elderly and make sure that we can look after their mental health too. because that's the main thing we're trying to say, isn't it, Joe?
So Shan, I've got a couple of questions on behalf of the people. Stuff that people might be wondering. Like, how important do you think it is that people intervene and charities intervene and get kids involved in this sort of process of becoming familiar with your own mental health and other people's mental health early? How important do you think it is to kind of start as young as possible?
Yeah. I really wished that that charities didn't have to intervene, that the government funding was more than enough, that people took mental health seriously, and that people could break the stigma behind mental health. But it's not the case, and it's sort of left up to us. When I founded this charity around 4 or 5 years ago, I never had this aim. I never sort of thought, oh, what is mental health? I was in school and I went through 16 years of education without ever being told what mental health is.
Absolutely.
And now how is that possible for someone who has emotions to not be taught about mental health? Is ridiculous. And I struggled a lot with my mental health, and so for me it was a case of, well, I saw the issues in the system, and that's something that needed to change. And so we work with over 300, 400 children each week, giving them these workshops to really help them become empowered and actually stand up for mental health. Say to someone who uses words that shouldn't be used that they're wrong. Say to the person who says, "Oh yeah, mental health isn't the thing," that they're wrong. It's something that we all have. Okay, something we can all look after. Things can go wrong as well. You can get conditions. 1 in 4 of us will have a mental health condition at some point in our lifetime. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's something we can really help.
You mentioned social media as well, Shan. With this day and age, the amount of young teenagers and even, sometimes earlier than that, becoming so much more involved in social media early these days. How do you think that social media poses a problem, and how do you think that social media can also be used to help tackle that problem?
It's like a double-ended sword, isn't it? It's a case of, well, social media has caused so much grief for a lot of people. The amount of comparison young people sort of do on social media. They'll compare themselves to people. The average child takes 9 selfies before they choose one to post on social media. And so you think that this is a lot of time and worry that they've spent looking at social media. And so that's what we're trying to do, is trying to increase people's self-esteem and look at changing media as a whole. And it's not being helped by the big organizations trying to make money off all these things, trying to make money off things that keep people slim and give people these expectations that no one is ever going to reach. And so it's time we sort of change that. And so that's why our ethos is so heavily influenced by celebrities and influencers, because social media can be used for good. People can choose who they follow. And so if we can put out the right content and make people speak about the right things in the right way, we can really help young people's mental health and well-being. So if you see a post and you're like, oh, that's not good, that's not going to help people, that's not helping my own self-esteem, just get rid of it. You are in control. Okay, you become the person who's in control of your own mental health and your well-being, and look forward and look forward to changing and making an impact. Share things that you find positive and will actually help people. And that's how we're going to move away from this sort of terrible circle that we've ended up in, this catch-22 of things just getting worse and worse.
I've got one more question and I'll stop grilling you, and I'm sure everybody
I feel like I'm in an interview now.
I'm sure that everybody wants to get back to the music. We've got young people in the Zoom call today. We've got elderly people in the Zoom call today, and everybody in the middle. So, we've talked about, intervening early and kids and stuff like that. Why do you think it can sometimes be just as difficult, if not harder, for older generations and, elderly people to talk about the way that they feel? And is it just as important for elderly people to talk about the way that they feel, or is it just a thing for young people?
Definitely, it's just as important for every single person. And I think in particular, it's also a lack of awareness of what mental health is, because a lot of the elderly generation weren't really taught about mental health either, and it comes to a point where if no one understands what mental health is, then it's harder to understand your own emotions and know what to do in those situations. And even my mum, she's relatively old, and she didn't know what mental health was, and she was quite stigmatized about it. A lot of cultures as well, in particular, struggle to open up about mental health. But if we can start the conversation, if we can say, "Are you okay? Okay, what's been up for the past few weeks? Is there anything we can talk about?" If we can try and do that with each other, get those support systems and networks built up, then we can actually help intervene early Okay, catch any issues earlier, and also make sure that people know where to go if things go wrong. So where can you go if things do go wrong? So you've got your GP, your first port of call, in terms of a professional you can go to. They should be able to help you with referrals and medications and anything that can really support you with your input. And then we've also got the Samaritans on 116 123 in a crisis. Even if you're just feeling lonely and need someone to chat to, there's someone who you can talk to. Okay, for the young people who don't like calling and prefer a text, there's Shout at 85258. And finally, you can call 999 or go to A&E if you don't feel safe. So really make sure that you look at these support networks if you need to. Know where to go for help. But I will stop blabbering on. I know everyone just seems...
It's about time. Goodness gracious.
Oh, no, you riled me up. Those questions. But yeah, definitely. I don't think we can ever talk enough about mental health. So let's all unite together. You're all here for the same cause. And so I will stop blabbering on. But
Shan, who have we got next?
Yes, you see, you're gonna stop me. You're stopping me in my steps. This is sad. I was gonna go on another speech for 20 minutes.
Chopped.
So thank you, Ellen, for that. That was absolutely wonderful to hear. And next up, we've got Emily Lockett. Emily, where are you?
I'm here. Hello.
There you are. Get me then. It's nice to see you. How are you doing?
I'm okay, thank you. Are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. So tell us where you're from, because you're from the land of the Midlands, where I was born.
Yes, I am from Stoke-on-Trent.
Stoke-on-Trent. I'm not sure if anyone knows where it is, but it is a nice place. It's actually one of the nicer parts of the Midlands, I would say. I'm from Warsaw.
If such a place exists.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Warsaw, and let's not lie, it's not the best place to be from. But hey, we still made it. We still made it through. So tell us a bit more about your music and your tastes and what you do.
Well, I'm a country pop singer-songwriter, I like to think, anyway. At the moment, I'm a full-time student, wasting money on an online course, but hey, yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Amazing. So full subject. What are you studying?
I am studying music songwriting.
Nice.
Very practical course
Yeah.
that's now completely online. So
Well, I think there's a lot of challenges, isn't there, for sort of learning how to write online, because it takes so many people to sort of make a song, and so we struggle a bit. I mean, Joe and I created a song recently, didn't we, Joe? And we saw how much of a hassle it was trying to get stuff done online. It took like quadruple the time just to make one song, didn't it? So I can definitely appreciate how much harder.
I think it's really brave as well. You know, I found the same thing, and I'm sure that you found it as well. You know, when you're coming up through school and stuff, people always tell you not to do these sorts of things. They're like, don't do creative courses because it's not going to lead to a job. Don't do this, don't do that. I myself went and studied mechanical engineering for 2 years, and I absolutely hated it. So I stopped doing that, and then I went to study audio production, and, you know, it changed my life, and it made me so much happier. And I think it's really brave of you to study something that you actually want to do, as opposed to just listen to what everybody else tells you to do.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think, and just creativity jobs. I think in the future we're going to get a lot more of it back. I know it's a struggle of a time right now, but art is everywhere, as Andy said, and I completely agree. You know, it's so empowering, it's so useful, and so relatable. And so make sure you keep producing this music. What are you singing for us today?
I am going to sing an original song that just came out on Spotify and Apple Music and all that jazz. So,
Oh,
yeah.
amazing. So, well, we won't keep you much longer. I know everyone's dying to hear you. I've sort of kept everyone on the edge, and I think I should keep talking until everyone gets even
Build
worse.
up the momentum.
Well, here we go. Emily Lockett.
Okay, thank you. This is Do You Want to Go Out? Do you wanna go out? Do you wanna go somewhere that's not here? That's not here. Yeah, I know it's late, and you don't even know my name. It's okay, 'cause I'm not looking for love. Not right now, just a little bit of fun. Not marriage vows, I'm just happy you walked in tonight. I guess fate is being on my side, so just take my hand, we don't have to go home. Whoa, we can see where this leads if we just let ourselves go. Come on, just let it go. Cause a clear sky tonight is all we need. You can turn the music up, we'll sing off key, be dancing in the street lights, laughing. Look at us in a ripped jeans, smiling in our good and care less what tomorrow brings. It was never meant to end with a diamond ring. So let's drive down the highway with white lines shining. It doesn't get better than this. If you go out with me right now, we can paint the town red. Paint it red. All you have to do is say the word and we'll drive away. Drive away. Cause I'm not looking for love, not right now, just a little bit of fun. My marriage vows, I'm just glad that you left by my side. Sitting on bar stools ain't an ideal night, so isn't looking at skylines better than these drunk guys? Whoa, what do I have to do just to make you realize this could be a ticket to a good time? Cause a clear sky tonight is all we need. You can turn the music up, we'll sing off key, be dancing in the street lights, laughing. Look at us in a ripped jeans, smiling in our good and care less what tomorrow brings. It was never meant to end with diamond rings. So let's drive down the highway with white lines shining. It doesn't get better than this. When the morning comes and we have to go our separate ways, and I don't see you again, could we at least pretend the story had a happy end? Cause a clear sky tonight is all we need. You can turn the music up, we'll sing off key, be dancing in the street lights, laughing. Look at us in a ripped jeans, smiling in our good and care less what tomorrow brings. It was never meant to end with diamond rings. So let's drive down the highway with white lines shining. It doesn't get better than this. Better than this, no. Do you wanna go out? Do you wanna go somewhere that's not here? Thank you.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think I'm actually in tears now. This is a lot.
Doesn't take much though, does it?
Oh well, thank you for that. Thank you. But wow, everyone in the chat is going crazy as well. Great song, Emily. Woo woo. I can't say half these words. Yay! Brilliant. Clap
Thank
clap
you.
clap. Woohoo! Wow, I think it was amazing. Joe, what did you think?
I got a proper like noughties vibe from that.
Mm.
Are you big into like noughties female artists stuff like? Because I was hearing like, I mean it's obvious, but I was hearing like, you know, early Taylor Swift stuff, maybe a bit of Avril Lavigne and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely into Taylor Swift. I do love a bit of old Taylor Swift. I don't. Well, yeah, I would have said she was my inspiration, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm into a lot of country Americana kind of music. I mean, I don't know, because I could be into a lot of things. I do like Avril Lavigne as well, and she's kind of like punk rocky, but
Yeah.
I know I look a little bit punk rock with purple hair, but hey ho. Yeah, I don't know. Just, yeah.
It's absolutely wonderful. And I know your dad's been really supportive of you as well. The sort of
Yes.
sound engineer in the background, isn't he?
Yeah, I have great parents. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Not
wonderful.
great with technology either, so it does help when my dad is chief sound man.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, and everyone go hit up Emily
Thank you for
Lockett
having me.
in the sort of on
Thank you
Instagram.
very much.
Yeah, she's everywhere. And Do You Want to Go Out is now on Spotify. So make sure you hit
Beautiful.
that. Yeah, I mean, everyone wants to go out right now, don't they? I mean,
Yeah,
Is-
the whole
is-
song is a big go out.
yeah.
Night on the town that we currently can't do, but we can do
Is
it.
that mum cheerleading in the chat, sharing all of your
No, Lindsay is actually my dad. Sue is my mum. She should be somewhere in here as well.
both?
Yeah,
So you've
mum and dad
got
are
both
both here.
parents in here.
Oh wow, look at that support it. Oh, I think I need your dad as a manager now because this is very good. Well, he can work for me any day. Well, thank you so much, Emily, and we'll see you soon.
Yep. Thank you very much.
So it's been a long night, hasn't it? And we come to our final act. Our final act today is going to be the wonderful Sean Siri. I hope no one's Siri turned on.
Hello. I know, yeah. Don't even go there. I get a friend of mine phones me and goes, "Hey Siri, tell a joke." I always tell the same one. What a journey this evening, I've got to say.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking it out till the
My
end, mate.
absolute pleasure. And Joe, nice to meet you, because I've met Shan before. Before I even play a note, I've got to say, what an absolute... Well, yourself, Lola, and Joe, fantastic. And I've got to say, you hit the nail on the head when it comes to mental health awareness in children and young adults. Because I think I'm 34 now, but I was in my early 20s when I realised, I suffered with depression. And for years prior, and there's a lot of stigma back then. It's less stigmatised now, but I think what you're doing is great. Please keep it up, guys. It's fantastic, really.
Thank you.
Not a lot of people do what you do. It's new to me, this, and I know you as Idle Lies. Yay! So fantastic what you do, and I made it to be here, and everyone's been fantastic tonight.
Thank you so much.
All musicians.
Yeah. And so how has music sort of helped? So you mentioned you went through depression, and thank you so much for sharing that. Sometimes
For
it can
many
be...
years, man. I've got many T-shirts, I've got to say.
Yeah. So is it a lot of songwriting? Is it a lot of...
Well, I started writing when I was about 14, 15, and it helped a lot. But I kept them to myself for many years, and then played the odd songs with a couple of friends and all that, and got in bands, and then I played a lot of live music with bands. First, I was never brave enough to play on my own solo acoustic like I am tonight. It was a good thing because you get a lot of praise from it, and you're sharing subconsciously a lot of the time what you're thinking to come out on paper, and you perform it. And the song I've chosen tonight, actually, you get one song, and I mean, with this subject, which is so close to my heart, and my family's as well, and a lot of friends, it's hard to choose a song that I thought would be ideal for this. So, and I thought of this one. It's called As It Stands. It's one of the first songs I ever wrote, and at the time I didn't know I suffered from depression. And like playing it back now, older, some of the lyrics you think, oh, it's quite a bittersweet song. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. But it comes out in the lyrics, and like about 2 years ago, I was in a band called Part of the Queue. We disbanded, and we played a remembrance gig for a guy called Dave Mounter at the Civic, funnily enough, Shan. And we the weeks running up to it, we rehearsed the songs, and the lead singer couldn't make it. But I wrote all the music for our band, the lead singer. So I was singing and playing the songs. I thought, do you know what? Like 9 years later, these songs mean more to me now than they did when I wrote them at the time, Because I didn't know what journey life was going to throw at me like. So, powerful stuff, I think. And it's good to be here with it.
Yeah. And you've got some kids, haven't you? And so how have you sort of seen their mental health during lockdown? It must have been hard for them, being young children wanting to jump out around the world.
Very, very much so. I'm a firm believer that children as young as 7, 8 can suffer with depression.
Absolutely,
my boys, believe it or not, this youthful face, I've got a 13-year-old, an 11-year-old, and they're both great lads. I love them dearly. And their mother also, we're best of friends still, and she suffered with mental health issues in the past, as most people have. And the boys, as well, especially my oldest, he's had, because he's quite a creative type, a little bit of an introvert in certain ways. Started high school and struggled a bit, but he's open and he talks to us about it, and it's helped so much. And like you said before, Shan, just talking, first port of call, before you even go to your GP, talk, don't be afraid, especially this day and age. And with social media, like you said before as well, it's a real big thing with kids these days, because they see all these things posted on the wall, which is 9 times out of 10 nonsense. And they think, oh, that's how I should be, that's how I should live my life. And it really is, because growing up for me, I had none of that. So I think the destigmatization of mental health is a great thing, but social media kind of cancels it out almost. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah.
Definitely.
So seriously keep doing what you're doing, and throw stuff at me and I'll share as well. I've got to say this as well. My dad lives in Liverpool, and he knows was it Richard Adamson before, was it?
Yeah, it was.
The ukulele. Well, my dad suffers PTSD, anxiety, depression, and he did a comedy workshop a few years ago with Sam Avery in Liverpool for mental health, and that was 10 years ago, and he's still doing it now. My dad, he's doing podcasts and well, he can't do stand up as per se now because everyone's closed, but he does a great job on the comedy circuit. So big up to Rich as well, because that's fantastic. I'm glad
That's such a small world as well, isn't it?
It really is. Well, I was messaging my dad going, do you know Richard Adamson? I'm sure you mentioned him before. And he's like, yeah, I do. Tell him I said hello. Give him a mention. So long and short of it, anyone watching, if you think you're alone, you're not. And yeah, reach out.
Awesome, mate.
Shan's the man.
Do you want to introduce your song and then take it away?
Yeah, it's As It Stands. Again, wrote this a long time ago. I think I was about 16 or 17 when I wrote it, before I knew about mental health issues. And yeah, enjoy, people. Thanks for having me.
No worries, mate. In your own time.
Today, this time will flash by instead of crash by. There's nothing more to say. You can't expect too much when you're living life. Not the rich nor poor. But when I stop and think, you live and breathe. So I go ask for more, and it's all I want to say more. Choose the story of your life, and I know I walked that road before. But as it stands, I could not ask for more. As I look back at those times past, I can safely say, because of you, my friend, I made the best of every day. You can't expect too much when you're living life. Not the rich nor poor. But when I stop and think you're not far away, so I go ask for more. All I want to say more. You can't choose the story of your life, and I know I walked that road before. But as it stands, I could not ask for more. Oh, I wanted more. You can't choose the story of your life, and I know I walked that road before. But as it stands, I could not ask for more. As it stands, I could not ask for more. Yeah, as it stands, I could not ask for more. For more.
oldie. There we go.
Oh my god,
So I mean, it's a bit bittersweet in it. Bittersweet song.
that's absolutely wonderful. And the hoarseness, the rawness of your voice is genuinely just.
That's because I've been smoking too much through lockdown.
Oh, no.
That's not intended, brother.
Stylistically very different, but have you heard of Lower Than Atlantis?
I have.
Because you like the choice of your chord voicing and like the tone of your voice properly reminded me of Mike Douche.
Well, I call them bringy chords, and this was written in about what 2003, 2, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, but bringy chords, bring. Well, you let the E and B ring. That's very nice.
Yeah. No,
There we go,
lovely.
kids.
I
You
like
can have
that
that.
a lot.
And Sean, someone's asked in the chat: is the small sound hole for the treble strings?
What that? No, that's where I've gone through it.
there's your answer, Andy.
There's no scratch plate. That's I got this guitar in 2002. The gaffer tape holds it together. If I could show it, it needs refretting badly. But yeah, that's where I've gone through it over the years. It's been all over the world with me, this guitar.
Well, luckily you aren't.
I can actually fit a plectrum through that hole.
Oh gosh,
I won't, but I can. Yeah.
Well, it still sounds absolutely phenomenal. I think. Yeah,
it's not intended.
And
I'm doing a Glenn Hansard.
and do you sort of like teach your kids any instruments? Are they sort of learning music as well?
Well, I've got to say, my eldest is a prodigy. He taught himself piano, and he's playing Bohemian Rhapsody within 6 months of learning.
Wow.
And Phil Hodgkiss, I don't know if you guys know him. I was doing an open mic night, because I host open mics when the pubs are open. At the Labour Club in Connah's Quay, which I'm from, North Wales. Big shout out.
And it was in North Wales. Hit it up.
And Phil Hodgkiss comes in, and I said, "Oh, Lucas, Phil, I was telling you about. You go and play while I set up." And he goes, "Oh, who's been teaching him?" I was like, "No one's been teaching him." He goes, "He's playing. That's grade 6. It's bow rap like." It's like, no way. And now he plays guitar again. Not taught himself. He'll ask me the odd question, and I help him out. And my youngest plays drums. Because he's been playing his uncle's kit, no lessons, and yeah, so
I can see a band for me.
Well, this is what I've been thinking, like, but getting them two together, they're worse than the Gallagher brothers sometimes. But yeah, Luke's been writing tunes as well. He's got like 4 decent songs, which I've had writer's block for about 5 years. I've got about 16 half finished songs.
Yeah, tell me about it.
But work and being a parent, it's like this will happen to you when you have kids, don't worry.
Hopefully not too soon, but thank you so much.
Definitely.
Well, thank you so much, Sean. It's
My
absolutely
pleasure,
wonderful.
thank you.
And that brings us to sort of the end of all the acts. And Joe, what can you say about the quality of today? I just don't know.
They've definitely not made our life very easy, have they? With having to vote on these, because I don't think I really want to decide between some of these acts, because they've all been absolutely amazing. That like the level at which everybody's been performing tonight is, it's a lot higher than you would expect.
But what time is it? I think it's time for a bit of a vote, isn't it?
I think it is time for a vote, Shan. Would you like to explain to the lovely ladies and gents what's going to happen now?
So hopefully everyone will have access to this chat here. Okay, we are in around 1 second to depends how long it takes Lola to pop it in there, but we're going to pop in there a little link where you can vote for your favorite artist and also your second favorite artist today. Okay, and there will be some prizes, and yeah, it's really, obviously this is not the main aim of the night. It's really just to get everyone together to have a bit of fun and talk a bit about mental health. Here we are. I'll pop it in the chat. It's okay. I've got it, guys. I've got it. So if you want to have okay, fancy. Okay, great. So Lola's put it in, and I've also put it there. So it'd be good just to keep the chat silent for a bit.
So Shan, while people are voting, isn't something quite special going to be happening?
I hope it's not too special.
I've heard that you're going to give us a lovely performance as well tonight.
Well, because my maths isn't very good, I take a while to look at these to look at the scores. So whilst you're voting, whilst you're donating to the website, whilst you're looking at the website, learning a bit more about mental health, you can have a listen to some of my music. It's been a while since I've actually had the chance to play to people, and so I thought it'd be quite nice to just have a bit of a jam. So this is one of the songs I've created. Well, not created because I didn't write it. That's really sad. It's a little mashup that I've created, and hopefully you'll enjoy.
Take it away.
Ah, na, na, na.
feel for you. You give me things that you don't have to. She doesn't love me, I can tell by his charm. It's the real love, it just lay my eye. Very superstitious writings on the wall. Very superstitious ladders about to fall. Strumming on my heartstrings like you were grade A. Never felt this way. Pick your feet up off the ground. Now never gonna let you down. Strumming on my heartstrings like you were grade A. Never felt this way. Pick your feet up off the ground. Now never gonna let you down. Nina, but you gonna go, Nina? Where's she gonna go, Nina? Guess who's back again? Na, 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 na. She's got class and style, street knowledge by the pound. Shorty never act wild, very low key on the profile. Chatting isn't easy, no. Let me tell you how it goes. Cause the word spins the verbs. Love it and see what you heard. Hey-yo, 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 hey-yo. Hey-yo, 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 hey-yo. Hey-yo, 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 hey-yo. Hey-yo, 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 hey-yo. Very superstitious writings on the wall. Very superstitious ladders about to fall. Strumming on my heartstrings like you were grade A. Never felt this way. Make your feet pop off the ground now. Never gonna let you down. Strumming on my heartstrings like you were grade A. Never felt this way. Make your feet pop off the ground now. Never gonna let you down. Like the way you work it, no diggity, like the beta. Like the way you work it, no diggity. Like the way you work it, no diggity. Like the way you work it, no. Very superstitious writings on the wall. Very superstitious ladders about to fall. Strumming on my heartstrings like you were grade A. Never felt this way. Pick your feet pop off the ground now. Never gonna let you down. Strumming on my heartstrings like you were grade A. Never felt this way. Pick your feet pop off the ground now. Never gonna let you down.
So with my math skills, I'm still waiting on actually. I'm still waiting on. Thanks for the support, guys. It's absolutely lovely. But with my math skills, I'm still getting a few more votes in. So if you want, guys, you can have get a little drink. Go to the toilet if you need to.
Thank God you said that, because I am dying for a wee.
Oh, you're not allowed to go.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
You're going to force me to stay here.
You are not going anywhere.
Fine, I'll just wet myself.
Oh no!
Please, can I go for a wee, teacher?
Lisa,
I'm going anyway. Everybody, I'll be back in a second.
If he doesn't make it back, we know what's happened. I've gone old fashioned. I've got my pen and paper out, which is fun. There should be multiple links out there, Jonathan. So if you want to scroll up, hopefully you can get a link. Let's hope not Andy. And if anyone can't vote, if you want to just message me the votes, and I can do it manually, I can add it on. So if you do one first place vote and one second place vote, that'll be perfect. Make sure you don't put it on everyone though, because then everyone will know who you voted for. And that might be a bit of an issue, wouldn't it? Oof. Right.
I hath returned.
That was quick. Oh.
Thank you.
No one knows what to say on those things, do they?
Would it help if I listed random numbers while you're trying to count the votes?
If you did that, I'm going to cry. Please don't do that.
45. One little duck, number 2.
People are preempting this. This is fun. Now I've lost count.
Shall I try and do the same as what we did in the Battle of the Bands, where I try and get a Mexican wave going while we're waiting for you to
Great.
Okay, so everybody, we'll start a Mexican wave. Okay, just follow after me.
Well, I can hear some sassiness in the chat. This sounds organised. Well, thank you very much.
Hey, I got my Mexican wave to work though, so that's good.
Well, everyone's in different places, so I'm not.
We're going again. Nice. I think this is the most fun I've had in like the past 3 weeks.
So this is what happens when you get old-fashioned. I love a pen and paper, me.
See, I'd trust a robot to count the votes more so than I would trust you, a student doctor.
I wouldn't trust me as a qualified doctor, let alone a student doctor. Interesting. Okay. I think the votes are in.
Just before you finalise those votes, do you want to make sure, has anybody had any trouble, has anybody not been able to vote? Because Jonathan said that he can't access the link on Facebook.
Yeah, hopefully some people have messaged me the different votes, which is good. I don't know why there's a link in the chat. Is it that link? Yeah, so some people are direct.
It's a Mexican wave game.
Don't worry, I've got all the votes in for anyone who's popped it in the chat to me, which is perfect. Thank you so much.
Has anybody that's not been able to vote, just drop a message in the chat now saying you've not been able to vote, and we'll get Shan to direct message you. And
well, hopefully they can direct message me.
Oh yeah, but unless they don't know how to do it. No, we'll give you about 30 more seconds.
Someone just popped it in the main chat. Oops. Oopsie daisy, guys. You might have had to do something else there. Guys, you're messaging this to everyone. I think we've got a bit of a catastrophe here. Gosh. Right. Okay. Anyone else need any more? Right. Linda, you can't vote 3 times. I'm on to you. I'm catching on to you. Right, the votes are now in. Any more votes after this will not be counted. I'm trying to be a TV personality now.
Oh yeah, nice. I respect that. If you were Ant or Deck, which would you be?
I would be Deck.
I'm taller than you, aren't I? So you'd be the little one.
Oh, I'm not. You're not that much taller. I would say.
And yet I am still taller than you.
Did we run the American election? Well, hopefully.
We could have done a better job, to be honest with you, Andy.
I was pretty happy with this one, to be fair. Let's not complain too much. Right. Okay, perfect. So the votes are in. Let me send you the voting. Because otherwise we're going to have a bit of a... Right. This is the top 4, because I've learned in life not to rank everyone.
Yeah.
That's quite a sad thing to do. So
Of course, everybody, there's going to be some winners and there's going to be losers tonight, but absolutely everybody has done a fantastic job. Don't be disheartened because a lot of people have brought people that they know into the Zoom and stuff like that. So just because you didn't get the same amount of votes as other people doesn't mean you didn't perform just as well, and so on. We don't want anybody to think that they weren't fantastic, because absolutely everybody's been amazing tonight.
And we have got some hidden judge voters who are in the industry, know a bit of music, so they'll also be casting their votes as well, based on 5 categories. What were the 5 categories? I forgot them now. They were songwriting ability. Right, come back to me. There was something I've forgotten them now. This is not very good of me, is it? Wow. Right, let's just say there were some categories and they voted on those. I cannot quite recollect them. But yes, definitely, we're all winners here.
I agree with Carol. Everybody is a winner.
Yeah. And don't forget why we're here. We're here to celebrate, well, not celebrate necessarily, but to raise awareness of mental health and actually just to show everyone why it's so important. And I think we've had a great night here tonight. The fact that most people have stayed means that people are pretty happy. So yeah, so we'll announce the winners. So there's we'll go for top 4, okay? And so in 4th place, drum roll please. Okay, I got carried away. Go on, Joe.
Wait, I want to double check, because all you've done is sent me a photo of a list of 4 names. I need to know which order it's in.
The top one is number 1. The bottom one is number 4.
Okay, so in 4th place we have got Alan Thompson.
Absolutely wonderful.
Round of applause, everybody.
Well done, Alan Thompson. That's great to see. Is he still here? Maybe not. Maybe he's gone away. That's okay. But well done, Alan. And then in 3rd place, I must say the top 3 were very, very tight. Like very, very tight. Like very, very tight. But in 3rd place,
drum roll.
She might be 15, but I've sort of given it away now. But it's absolutely wonderful work from Ellen Sandils. Absolutely well done. Clap, 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 clap. I think again, it's such an amazing quality of acts today, and she did absolutely wonderfully. Next birdie, mark my words, the next birdie. For those who don't know who Birdie is, it's not a bird, it's an artist.
I think people know who Birdie is, Shan.
Right, in 2nd place, it's the top 2 now. It's the top 2.
Ooh.
It's really hard to do like dramatic ones. Everyone needs to like make their own sound effects at home. Ooh. In 2nd place, it's the absolutely wonderful Sean Seary. Well done, absolutely well done. Well done,
Sean, mate. Good job.
Wonderful to hear. Oh, should it be one of those darts like player when announcing? And in 1st place, we've got. Do you want to do it?
You know what, Shan? You take it, mate. You've done such a fantastic job tonight. I think that it's befitting that you take the 1st place announcement.
Oh, that's really sweet of you. Oh, no.
Shut up and just do it.
Oh, no, but we've got to thank Joe first. Joe, you've been an absolutely wonderful co-host, and I think it's always so much fun hosting with you. Imagine if it was just me by myself. It would be
it would be terrible. I would not watch that.
It would just be me having a conversation with myself. But in 1st place, with an absolutely wonderful voice, it's Emily Lockett.
Shall we unmute the winner? Get the winner to do a speech.
Woo! Speech. Emily Lockett. Unmute, Emily. Speak.
Yeah, I'm not the best speaker ever at all, but thank you so much.
Thank you for taking part, and congratulations.
Thank you for having me, and congrats to everybody. I absolutely had a whale of a time. This is the most fun I've had in literally an entire year, so it's been great. So I've loved listening to everybody.
It's been absolutely amazing. Just listen to all these acts today. Every single one of you have been doing amazingly.
Check out everybody's social medias as
everyone.
well.
I think definitely we've got a lot to look forward to, and when things are reopened, and when you're visiting these different artists and having a ball of a time. Well, thank you so much. It's been absolutely wonderful. Thanks to Joe, and Lola has got a few words to say just before you go.
Yeah. Just wanted to say thank you to all the acts and also the audience for watching at home. Especially if you've donated, the money will go to good places. And if you still haven't donated, hopefully you'll do that. If you want to find out more about the charity, feel free to go look at our website or on our social medias, and also there'll be all the different artists that perform tonight will be on our social media as well. So thank you again. I hope you've all had a good night, and hopefully we'll see you in some future events. Thank
Definitely.
you.
I mean, we've got some great events coming up. We've got a charity festival coming up. We've got loads of yoga sessions. Everything's really coming up. So be ready. And it's going to be really exciting. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks so much to Alan, Amy, Greta, Simon, Mike, Ellen, Emily, and Sean, all for taking part today.
And thank you so much to Richard as well for his wonderful contribution. And I think,
of course,
ukulele playing is amazing. And I can't wait to see your next song. Hopefully it's out by spring. we'll be keeping our fingers crossed. But thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful night, and it's wonderful seeing you.
Enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody. And if you're lucky enough to still be working, it's obviously the weekend, so go and have a drinky poo or a hot cocoa if not.
Oh, hot cocoa is lovely. Yeah, there's something I learned. It's called a baby chino. Apparently, you put hot chocolate and coffee together, and you make something called a baby chino. I did not know that. Did you?
Hot chocolate. That's just a mocha, isn't it? A
That's
hot
what I
chocolate
thought.
and a
That's what I
coffee.
thought. That's what I thought. But apparently, it's got more hot chocolate to a coffee ratio. So very interesting.
We've got some waivers. Thank you for joining
Thank you very
us,
much,
everybody. Thank
It's been
you.
wonderful to see everyone.
It's been fantastic. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing your video, and thank you for being involved in the chat as well.
Chat's been on fire. I'm loving it. And the best Friday night in lockdown ever. Oh, that's a nice little accolade to have, isn't it? We could quote that now.
Rebecca's had all week off work, which is great to hear. Glad that you could put some time aside to join us tonight.
Lucky for some. Lucky for some.
Could have been easily pampering yourself, or had your feet up instead. So thanks for joining us.
What was that?
Lola, you're on mute. Oh, it happens all the time, doesn't
Thanks
it?
for joining us, Andy.
If the bands want to stay, or not bands, the acts want to stay after, we can have a little chat and a little debrief if you want. Gosh, no one wants to leave. This is what happens every single event. No one can leave. No one ever wants to leave. They're all going to stay. They're all hoping that they can keep.
They're just enjoying our wonderful banter.
Yeah.
Why don't you sing us out, Shan, like the end credits of a film, and I'll do an interpretive dance.
No, because I can't sing. And you can't dance.
One of these statements is true, but which one?
I wonder. I reckon you could dance. Go on, give us a little boogie.
No. Thanks, Mike, for joining us. It was fantastic. Hope the kids sleep well.
Oh, bless. Yeah, I hope the kids sleep well. Hi, Ellen. She's back. It's a Friday night, so no school tomorrow.
Same for you, I assume, Shan.
Yeah, but even on Friday nights, I sleep early. Oh, Sean's doing a bit of cheeky plugging, and he's also spelt his name wrong. So if anyone wants to know how to spell Sean instead of Shreen, see, people won't leave. What is this? 23. What are 23 people doing on this call? What are they doing? last one to leave gets all the donation money. This is golden.
I think it's kind of like first one to touch the phone has to pay for the pints. Last person to leave the chat actually has to donate 50 quid.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, actually, guys, if you're still here, you must love us as well. So give us a bit of a donation. Lola, pop it in the chat. Go on, Lola. Go on. Pop it in. 1 second. Come on. I thought you'd have it on your fingertips by now. The amount of time
I
you've been-
did, but then I had to try and copy the voting link. Hang on.
18 people want to spend their lives with us. Isn't that crazy? Imagine
I'd
this.
say in the grand scheme of things, it's
Yeah.
probably more than that actually, but you know, it
Yeah.
just so happens to be 18 that are here right now.
But it's crazy how, like, you know, this many people in a room would be a jam-packed room. Isn't that crazy?
How many attendees did we have tonight, Shan?
I think it was 80 something, wasn't it?
Don't think I know 80 people.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.